I'm gonna be losing my mind all of the time. All right, what is happening here is I have a YouTube channel, and I get to obsess about stuff, and then people watch it, and hopefully they like the information or the subject that we are talking about. And the subject we are talking about today is the period 5 days before October 9th, and the period 5 days after October 9th, and then the period around October 17th. Now, the GFS model, which models up the weather into the future, only goes out to about the 15th right now. So we're keeping an eye on the weather 5 days before October 9th and 5 days after for some really weird shit, because this will be the 5th of 5 Pluto square Eris. And the last time we had it was on the 27th of August, and a few days later we got hit by a giant hurricane in Louisiana. And then that giant hurricane hit the Northeast as well. Well, it was a remnant. It was a tropical remnant or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm bad with words, and I'm worse with math, and my geography needs improvement. But, so, we're just watching this one singular freaking model run to see if we can spot any weirdness happening. And, yeah, we can't. We've got a bunch of moisture that's coming out of the Caribbean, and that is like the danger zone we're watching out for. And at this point in the runs, it seems to all go up into like the Carolinas to the New Englands. And at the end, it ends with the 3 low lineup. And then it does some weird freaky dance out in the middle of the ocean, which is pretty strange, man. That whole, it's strange. This is a strange run. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm hanging in there, man. It's been and look at that. That is like category 3 strength hurricane in the middle of the North Atlantic. But this is one model run. Nothing could happen, or we could get hit by a hurricane in the next 2 weeks. Nobody knows. But notice that triple low period. So yeah, this would be on the 11th, which would definitely fall close to the 13th-ish window, which we are specifically looking for. 5 days before the 9th, 5 days after. And just look at this triple low period that it is drawing up. Now, a lot is going to change over the next 12 days. And so we will just keep watching, but this is just me letting you know, hey, this run's going to be weird. This run is weird. And right now, it looks like Mother Nature wants to continue to pick on the Northeast. And I've started my October fundraiser, and I should be worried about making rent on the 3rd, but part of me thinks if I do okay today in my fundraiser, I may get in my car, drive to the ocean, and go see Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus in the same sky. If you'd like to contribute or donate, I got a snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Patron, and only $1,777 left to raise of my $1,777 goal. Thank you to Mike and Astro Fight Club and everybody out there that is cool. Comic Book Now is Twitter debating the Avengers versus the X-Men. And I'm like, well, why can't they get along? Rick Rubin is talking about aiming at greatness is different than aiming at being better than someone else. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that's what I'm aiming at. As your planetary defense commander is greatness and avoiding World War III and keeping avoiding World War III and preventing, civil war and keeping civilization standing. And you've heard me say that Pluto and Eris are like the 2 main big players that have been scheduling our summer camp during all seasons for the last 2 years. The whole Eris and Pluto vibe, which is not very fun. Well, hey, Pluto means pipeline under the ocean. That there was a big Pluto initiative in the early 1900s when they had to run oil pipes under the ground. And so Pluto, part of the Hades cryptocurrency, that has been leading the way of the last 2 years. It is no surprise that oil price is near $80 a barrel and global commodity shortages ignite a record-beating rally in Gulf stocks. Now we may see this peak in the next 14 days and then eventually start to go down. Although, if crazy energy inflation continues, then we're going to have big problems, I guess. And guess what? Our good friend Steve has been sighted in Alaska. Monday night near Fairbanks, Alaska, aurora photographer Marikata S. Murray was waiting for the coronal mass ejection to arrive when something else appeared instead. I think it was Steve, she said. Oh yeah, look, 4 sunspots. Steve appears regularly as a magical purple ribbon in the sky to harbinger good luck for good people. I just made that up. You're allowed to make up whatever you think Steve is. Yeah, it's just like a weird kind of new reoccurring visitor that just shows up and is like, hey, dudes. And so Steve's back. Indeed, it was Steve. The narrow purple arc she photographed is a strong thermal emission velocity enhancement. That's what she said. Or Steve for short. The phenomenon is caused by hot, 3,000 Celsius, ribbons of gas flowing through Earth's magnetosphere at speeds exceeding 6 kilometers per second. Observers used to think Steve was a type of aurora, but new research shows that it is not. Steve tends to appear most often during weeks around equinoxes, that is, now. He's so cool, he's got his own real-time Steve photo gallery. Hey, Star Trek wine stopper. Which of my crushes do you think would be most likely to sit down and have a cup of coffee with me? Odd question, I know. Speaking of heat, oh wow, says Scott Duncan. I put in the O, he put in the wow. A strong meander in the jet stream has allowed exceptional heat for late September to intensify over North America. A staggering 100-degree Fahrenheit was recorded as far north as Hazen in North Dakota at 47.3 north latitude. Yep, that's a hot heat anomaly way up high, man. Way up high. I went for a walk. I saw airplanes and a dragonfly buzz right by me to say hello. I, too, joined the coffee drinkers and got coffee today. Got a frappuccino. And I had a cigarette, could smoke if you got them. La Palma update, lava pyramid rises from the sea, more than 29,000 earthquakes. 10 tons of chemicals almost hit by the lava. Hashtag news, hashtag update, hashtag La Palma, hashtag volcano, hashtag video. Strange sounds. Idaho, the Weather Network, another chance to potentially hit 30 degrees Celsius in Winnipeg today. The seasonal norm is just 15 Celsius around this time of the month. She's kind of jealous. That makes sense because Venus is in Scorpio. But it's okay. She'll let it go this time. Thank you, Ida. Hey, weren't you just a tropical storm the other day? And I'm not the only one going, hey, man, the long-range models are showing some weird shit in the oceans happening. Right around the date that I said we might expect weird shit. So, yeah, it's like 10 to 2 weeks away, but we got to keep watching to see what develops. This is the Florida Wave Master. Da-da boo. Long ways out at 10 days. And this is the Euro, which is different from the GFS. God save the Queen. All maritime interest would not want to get caught in that, Samuel. Last of the judges, first of the prophets. Oh, so, yeah, it'll be weird weather for a lot of people, including probably the USA, lower 48, and Europe. Remember, the volcano is happening in Spain. I think down here. Yep. Hot and wet. That's what this report is about, with a very active sun. The next 3 days look wet across central Texas and southern Oklahoma. Widespread totals of 2 to 4 inches of rain with isolated higher amounts are expected, as are scattered flash flooding issues. So turn around, turn around. Yeah, so grab a ton, turn it around, and then don't drown. Do what now? Police warn of dangerous game where people ride on backs of semi-trucks down interstate. All right. Okay. Stablecoins should be backed by cash. Oh, really? They should be backed by something, I don't know. And may need to be issued by banks, says Senator Cynthia Loomis, one of Capitol Hill's most ardent supporters of cryptocurrency. Like I said, crypto is going to crash, in my opinion, in December. And the whole economy may crash in December. We'll have to see. But, so you got to, if you're in crypto, you got to kind of call the peak before then, would be my guess. How come the people who say buy and hold are like saying buy and hold every day? Aren't you supposed to just buy, hold, and then not worry about it for a year or 5 years or 10 years? Shouldn't that be the strategy? Naomi Osaka. Hey, I'm bad with money, though. I have to do fundraiser every single month. She's out there with Elmo giving the peace sign. Heck yeah, peace, y'all. I've been feeling under the weather, having stomach pain the last 2 or 3 days. But I feel better now. I'm grateful to God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and Astro Fight Club, and everybody cool out there for that. Yeah, it's easy to be happy when you feel healthy after not exactly feeling 100% for a while. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Floyd, like we're watching this weird storm during that weird period during the place that got hit earlier. I don't know. I would continue to watch, which was what I'll do. It's my job. Yo, check this shit out. James Reynolds, this is a new one. GFS with the Cannonball Typhoon traveling near light speed entering stage left. Yeah, this is right around the window of where the weather is supposed to get just super weird. And sometimes if I predict a hurricane hit, it doesn't happen in the USA. It happens somewhere across the earth. So we'll watch one for around, 5 days after. And so that would technically qualify. And look at that thing come in like a freaking cannonball, super towards Japan and China. And that's, yeah, dude, be prepared for a wild 2 weeks, man. Definitely. That is one of the fastest ones I've ever seen. I mean, the planets are all spinning around each other, around the sun, and then they're all on the same side, man. This is such a big deal to me that not many people talk about. I'm just saying, this affects a lot of shit. Bars over here like, woohoo, I'm king shit of Fudge Mountain, or whatever. I want to see cool footage of ULA's Landsat rocket launch with Aurora. Well, here you go. Man, I don't know. Yeah, Steve always seems to bring good times and good luck. I mean, and then a meteor. Bing. This brought to us by at Night Lights Films. Oh, yeah, and that's why Jupiter and Venus in the sky today. Will Venus and Jupiter in the same sky bring me romantic luck? I don't know. We'll see. You don't have to stay tuned, but I'm definitely gonna. Hey, she's a comedian, but lives in California. So she's allowed to take pictures of her with marijuana paraphernalia. Hey, so I bet if Matthew McConaughey becomes governor next year in 2022, Texas will be one foot closer to legalizing it. And that would be really cool, in my opinion. All right. There's a bunch of news for you right there. I hope you enjoyed some of it. And if you'd like to contribute to keep THORnews up and running, it would be super duper greatly appreciated. I think I did a good job in September. I think I've done a good job this year. And me paying all my bills always depends on y'all. Isn't that crazy? Life is like a game show. So, but it's always very exciting for me. It's like a roller coaster with ups and downs. All right. You know how to do it. Letters, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron. And I love y'all. Stay cool. God bless everyone.